There. This is just a quick video on if you're removing the baffle, the air baffle that is in the Triumph. You can follow the instructions that are on the TTP website. You need to remove the mudguard, rear mudguard. Once you've done that, you can then take off the side panels on both sides. So on this side and on the other side, you can disconnect your battery and you remove your 4 bolts. And once you've done that, you can then disconnect the fuse box and the reservoir, and I also disconnected the master cylinder here as well. You also need to just loosen these the rubber, these clamps which are for the rubber hosing on the throttle bodies on both sides. And once you've done that, you can then start to push this down. As you push this down, it will come off from here, and that's okay. That's what you want. Okay, as you push this down, it will come off from here, and that's what you want, and that will give you access to those screws which you've probably read up on the Triumph forums, those screws which are up there, which are very difficult to get to. That will give you access to those. Then what you need to do is just put a screwdriver in. I put mine in over here and start to just break the seal. Once you've broken the seal, just put your screwdriver all the way around. Over here, to break the seal over on this side, just use a knife and cut around from here. And what you'll find is that it'd be very difficult to break loose. The reason for that is, first of all, all of this is in the way, so you need to try to get some of this out of the way as much as you can. Just clamp it up so it all stays out of the way. But then this is a sort of a rubber which I think is connected all the way around and is sort of stopping you from pulling it out. And also what you'll find is that as the baffle is sitting in here, it's somewhat these little raised parts here really stick into this groove here. And as I was pulling on this, as I was pulling this out from here, this also was coming too. So what you need to do is, on the other side, is take off the snorkel and take the air element out and put your hand in that side. Put your hand in. So what you have is you kind of putting your hand in there, and as you've got your hand in there, you are pulling on that restrictor plate. You're pulling on that restrictor plate while at the same time you're sort of pulling this free. And then this comes out, and then once this is out, clear all the, what I've done is cleared all the silicone or whatever it was that was on this rubber, and I'm just in the process of inserting it back into the groove once I've cleared it up. And then now I'm just going to clear all this up on this before I put it back. And then I have some RTV black silicone sealer which I will you know, in the same place. I'm taking same places. I'm taking it off, all just a little bead all the way around, and then put it back into place. I know on the forums there's plenty of other methods that you don't need to take all of the screws out, and you can just sort of, you know, get your hand in. Some people have tried to, or not tried, but successfully managed to go in on the left hand side, take the element out, and use a hairdryer or a heat gun and just yank the baffle out. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to risk melting. You can't really control where the heat is going. This method here is long, tedious, but it's, you know, straightforward. You know, enough people have done it, and it's doable. So at the moment, I'm just going to put it all back together, and I'll get back to you in the next video.